Good morning everyone. My name is Mrudula, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. Today I am going to discuss a topic about different specifications of LT breakers, that is low tension breakers. These are the contents which I am going to discuss today. Circuit breaker. What is a circuit breaker? Circuit breaker is an automatically operated electrical switch which is designed to protect an electrical circuit from damage caused by the excess current or due to an overload or short circuit. That means if any short circuit occurs or if the voltage increases or if the current increases, the circuit breaker will operate or it will switch off the connection which is being connected to different types of loads in order to protect the load. So, the basic function is to interrupt the current flow. The basic function of circuit breaker is to interrupt the current flow after a fault is being detected. That means if any kind of fault is being detected, that may be the fault may be in the bus bar or in the transmission line or in the distribution line or near the load. So, at any location, that is in the transmission or in the distribution or near the load or in the bus bar or when connected to the motors. So, at any place, the interruption will take place because of this circuit breaker if at all any fault occurs. So, unlike a fuse which operates once and then must be replaced, a circuit breaker can be reset. That means the function of fuse as well as circuit breaker, the ultimate function of fuse as well as circuit breaker is same. But when the overcurrent occurs, when the overcurrent or over voltage or if any kind of fault occurs, the fuse will break and this fuse needed to be replaced. But in case of circuit breaker, the same circuit breaker can be used for connecting as well as disconnecting the network. For connecting as well as for disconnecting the network, the same circuit breaker can be used by resetting it. By resetting it, the same circuit breaker can be used. But in case of fuse, we need to replace it. And it is the switching device that interrupts the abnormal or the fault current. It is a mechanical device. It is called as a mechanical device that disturbs the flow of high magnitude of fault current. In addition, it performs the function as a switch also. So, circuit breaker can also be operated as a switch. It is also called as a switch also. So, here you can see the circuit breaker where you have a switch lever here. So, this switch lever, by using this, you can switch on as well as off. That means you can connect the network and you can disconnect the network by using this lever. This presently is in the off state. Presently in this diagram, it is in the off state. So, when this lever is being connected here, when this lever it is being connected to this, then it becomes the on state of a circuit breaker. It becomes an on state of a circuit breaker. So here you have different components in the circuit breaker which are being used, like the contact mechanism is there, the contact between the lever as well as this one. Next one is metal contacts, the terminals, different types of terminals. If it is a single phase circuit breaker, you will be having 2 terminals. If it is a 3 phase, you will be having a 3 terminals for that. And different type of screws as well as solenoid and arc divider are being used in a circuit breaker. Here there are different types of circuit breakers. These circuit breakers can be used for HT connection as well as LT connection both. HT connection means high tension connection, that is for high voltage levels. For high voltage levels. LT means low tension. That means low voltage levels. So for high voltage levels as well as for low voltage levels, you will be having different CBs. For high voltage levels, you will be having oil circuit breakers, SF6 of circuit breakers, vacuum circuit breakers. The oil circuit breakers are again subdivided into bulk oil circuit breaker as well as minimum oil circuit breaker. And the bulk oil is again plain brake circuit breaker and arc control oil circuit breaker. So all these comes under the category of HT circuit breakers. And in LT circuit breakers, you will be having air circuit breaker, which is also called as ACB, miniature circuit breaker, that is MCB, molded case circuit breaker, that is MCCB, and earth leakage circuit breaker, that is ELCB. So there are 4 types of LT circuit breakers and different types of HT circuit breakers also. So based on the application and based on the load, based on the location, we will be using these different types of circuit breakers. LT circuit breaker. Under LT circuit breaker, we are having 4 different types, as we have seen: air circuit breaker, miniature circuit breaker, molded case circuit breaker, as well as earth leakage circuit breaker. So first one, MCB, that is miniature circuit breaker. Miniature circuit breaker is an electromagnetic device that embodies complete enclosure of molded insulating material. That means it is having a insulating material, and the main function of an MCB is to switch the circuit, that is to open the circuit when which has been connected to the network when there is no fault, or automatically when the current passing through MCB exceeds the value. That means the maximum current rating of the load. If the current increases the maximum rating capacity of a particular load, the MCB will operate and it will be in the off state. It will be open. It will open the circuit to protect the device. The miniature circuit breaker performs a dual function. That means it can be used as a fuse as well as the circuit breaker. They can open the circuit for safety or maintenance reasons, and they can off the state also. So this is MCB. Here you can see a picture of MCB, where here you have a operating lever. This lever is in the open state now. When this is connected to this, it will be in the connection state. That means this is in off state, and when it is connected to this, it will be in the on state. The next second type is MCCB, that is molded case circuit breaker. The molded case circuit breaker is a specific type of a circuit breaker where it is designed to open as well as close the circuit by non-automatic means. Non-automatic means to open the circuit automatically and on predetermined overcurrent without damaging. That means based on the predetermined current value without damaging, it will automatically open, and it can be used non-automatically also. So both the ways the molded case circuit breaker can be used, automatically as well as non-automatically. Molded case circuit breaker are a type of electrical protection devices that is commonly used when the load current exceeds the capacity of the MCBs. So for small loads we will be using these MCBs, for higher loads we will be using MCCB. This is a picture of MCCB where this is connected to the load. This is the frame. This is the operating mechanism. That means here you have a lever which is being connected. The operating lever which can on and off the circuit breaker. The next one is air circuit breaker. The air circuit breaker is different from other types of circuit breaker. The main aim of the circuit breaker is to prevent the re-establishment of the arcing after the current zero. That means when the current becomes zero, in order to reduce the arcing levels, we will be using this air circuit breaker in a different manner. So during interruption of an arc, it increases an arc voltage instead of supply voltage. That means it creates an arc voltage instead of supply voltage here. The arc voltage is again defined as a minimum voltage required for maintaining an arc. Minimum voltage required for maintaining an arc is nothing but the arc voltage. So the ACB is an electrical device used to provide overcurrent as well as short circuit protection for electrical circuits over 800 amperes to 10,000 amperes. So over the current of 800 amperes to 10,000 amperes, we will be using this ACB, air circuit breakers. What are the advantages of ACB? The ACB doesn't have any oil inside it, and there is no change of a fire hazard caused by oil. That means in oil circuit breakers, the fire hazard may take place. So that is not there in arc circuit breaker. The next one is the duration of the arc is the same for all values of small as well as high current interruptions also. So these are the advantages. What about the disadvantages? The disadvantages are the air supplies plant requires additional maintenance. It requires additional maintenance. It contains high capacity air compressor, and there is no chance of air pressure leakage from the air pipes junction, and there is no chance for high rate rise of restriking the voltage. The restriking of voltage is difficult, and the air has relatively low arc extinguishing properties. The extinguishing properties are low, so it is difficult. So these are the disadvantages of arc circuit breaker. The next one, the fourth type is earth leakage circuit breaker. The earth leakage circuit breaker is a safety device used in electrical installation with high earth impedance to prevent the shock. It is mainly used in the location where high earth impedance is being present. So it detects small stray voltage. It detects the small stray voltage on the metal enclosures of the electrical equipment and interrupts the circuit of a dangerous voltage when it is detected. So when dangerous amount of stray voltage is being detected, the ELCB works. The main purpose of ELCB is to stop the damage to humans as well as animals due to the electrical shock. And ELCB is a specific type of latching relay. It is also called as a latching relay that has a structure incoming main power associated through its switching contacts, so that the circuit breaker detaches the power in an unsafe condition. What are the advantages? This device is non-sensitive to faults and it is cheap and efficient. It protects the humans as well as animals from the electric shock. What are the disadvantages? It fails to respond at certain conditions. At some conditions, it may not respond. And ELCB needs sound earth connection for load protection, and electrical leakage applications like water heater, washing machine and cooler may cause circuit may trip. So these are the different advantages and disadvantages of ELCB. LT breaker specifications. What are the LT breaker specifications? LT breaker low voltage circuit breakers have specifications that include the voltage, frequency, short circuit breaking capacity, and they may also have specifications of insulation voltage also. Voltage, the operating voltage of LT breaker should be around 415 volts, and the rated operating voltage may be again 415 volts. The insulated voltage may be 1000 volts. The frequency is always 50 Hertz. So these are the voltage as well as frequency specifications. The next one is short circuit breaking capacity. The short circuiting breaking capacity may be around 50 kilo amperes for rating up to 2000 amperes and 65 kilo amperes for above 2500 amperes. The rated service breaking capacity may be equal to the rated ultimate breaking capacity. The next one is number of poles. An LT breaker may have 3 or 4 poles, and a 4-pole MCCB may be used for incomer, or 3-pole MCCB may be used for outgoing feeders. 4-pole is nothing but R, Y, B and neutral. The other specifications are like the rated impulse voltage may be around 8 kilovolts for the main circuit, and the utilization may be around 8 kilovolts. The rated making current capacity may be 220% of the rated ultimate breaking capacity. So these are the different specifications of the circuit breakers. In next topic, I would like to discuss about MCB and the other LT panels. Thank you.